It used to be called the Writer's Block Podcast, and then Neil Brennan's made a podcast called the Blocks Podcast. So,
I don't know if you ever have seen a business rebrand because of allegations. Dude, every strip club in Tampa had to like rename their thing.
Really?
Yeah, dude, there's certain strip clubs where you're like, I remember when that was Nights 3 businesses ago. Still strip clubs, still in the same spot, but you're just like, oh, you have to change the name because of allegations.
Yeah.
That's honestly, why you change the pod name. You're like, oh, no, that podcast got canceled. But this is Bobby's Block.
I've seen that with food spots. Food spots had to close down because of violations, and then the same owner would just reopen the same restaurant under a new name. Same menu.
It's not Greg's anymore. It's Fred's. It's still a B- restaurant.
He just named it his middle name instead of his first name.
It's now my dad's restaurant.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bobby's Block Podcast. A little round of applause out there, man. Thank you for pressing play. Lines around the corner still. Come on in. You know, ladies free till 11. Niggas hit that Patreon link. Subscribe in the bio. Ladies, you can subscribe and support the podcast too. That's a joke.
Bro, just hearing you say that, did you ever go to the club when it was free before like 10?
Oh, I was the get in free king.
I used to be out there while the sun was still out. God can see you.
You're camping like it's Jordans, like they're dropping new shoes. You're outside the night before,
outside just waiting, just being like, I ain't finna pay. And then it'd be so funny because were you ever in line when it became time to pay? Where it's like you're in there and it's like 10:01 and you're like,
oh my, we were so close.
There goes these $11. But like
that's great. And so I grew up in Jacksonville. I know you a Tampa boy, and ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know the voice right now, I got the very funny man, my man, 50 grand, Cam Bertrand in the building. All right, I got one of those too. You know, we got some air horns for you, some applause, man. You can't hear it because in the budget, it don't have guest headphones right now for the podcast.
It's crazy if you give yourself air horns.
I do.
Like you say my name, and I'm like, it's for myself.
We got Cam Bertrand, man, and pretty much, I've seen you a lot on social media way before we met. You know what I mean? America's Got Talent. You know, we got to get to that later on in the podcast, obviously. But I've seen your DryBar specials before I saw the America's thing, and we have a little bit in common, man. We're both Tallahassee college dropouts.
Yeah. You went to FSU?
No, I went to FSU comedy school.
Oh, okay.
I tried to apply for the real school and I didn't get in at all. But I got into every comedy troupe at Florida State.
That's funny.
I went to Tallahassee Community College.
Okay, TCC.
Yes, sir.
Interesting.
Eagles call.
I went to FAMU and we kicked y'all off the campus constantly. We'd be on campus.
Y'all was haters.
No. You know why we did it? It's because we would get kicked off FSU's campus.
Wow.
So we kind of set the precedent. I was there when Jameis Winston won the national championship for FSU, right?
Really?
And then the night we were watching it in our dorm, and so FSU wins the title, and we're like, oh, we're gonna go turn up, we're gonna go party with FSU. We went on campus, and they're like, chill. They're like, let us have this championship. Go, go like, over there.
You're not one of us,
right? Like, this is our championship, and then so we're like, all right, we're just gonna go to the moon, and then TCC
which doesn't
kids
exist anymore. But go ahead.
It shut down.
It's a different name, I think.
Oh, but TCC students would come onto FAMU's campus, and we'd be like, show us your badge, and they'd be tucking the badge.
Yo, first of all, seeing somebody walk like a sidewalk or anywhere, and you just say, "Show me your badge."
Show me your badge.
That's crazy. What are you, a hall monitor? What are you, safety patrol, nigga? What are you? That's crazy, bro. You can't ask people to show you their badge.
You're not gonna take our ladies, bro. You're not gonna come on our campus from TCC paying $2,000 in tuition. We pay 20 bands, and you gonna come take our ladies.
Oh man. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the very funny Cam in here, so I'm hella excited. This is like you were saying, this is the first time that we got to sit down and chat it up, man, and talk. So I'm excited to get to know you. From Tampa, were you born there?
Born and raised. We did move a lot, but we'd always move back. Super weird. I've lived in a lot of places. Yeah. So like up until high school, we'd move every year, but like we'd move to like I've lived in Alabama, Baltimore, Michigan, Missouri. I lived in Texas for a little bit, but every time we'd move, we'd spend like maybe a semester of school, and then we'd move back to Florida.
Yeah.
And then we'd move again, and then we'd move back to Florida.
So you're just getting back into a school that you already went to before?
Pretty much. Yeah. They'd be like, "You're back," and I'd be like, "Yeah."
You have a going away party every
have
year.
a reunion.
After middle school, I would stop coming. I'm not gonna lie. This nigga ain't never leaving.
No, you be back. I'm throwing a going away party. You're throwing a I'll see you later party.
You'll be back by semester 3, brother.
You ever have a friend go to jail and then you're like, "You're gonna keep going to jail, so we're not gonna be glad you're home"?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That's crazy.
They get home and you're like,
be happy they're home, bro. You can't not be glad they're home.
but you don't cherish it. You know what I mean? You don't make it a thing. You're just kind of like, "It's good to see you. I'll miss you soon."
I'll miss you soon.
I'll miss you soon, bro. I know you can't stay away from drugs.
Man, listen. I guess we could jump right into it, man. Cam and I were hanging out last night because we both were in a comedy competition. If you follow me on Instagram, which you should, I've been posting about it. It was a funniest person in Austin competition that Cap City Comedy Club does every year, and I think this was like year 32.
38?
38. Oh,
yeah,
damn,
that's what
my bad.
I heard 38.
Okay. Well, I'm dyslexic. And we both lost.
We lost.
I was gonna tell
we lost.
But I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was fucked up about losing. It was a fun time. I got hoed though. I feel like I got hoed, bro. Being the first comedian up on a 13-person lineup,
being
in a comedy competition
in a 13 lineup sucks.
But if anybody had to go 13th on that lineup, it should have been you. Are we being fair?
This is what made me mad though.
Yeah.
Is I'm a very competitive person.
Dude,
I just want an equal chance to compete, bro. When I tell you, no bullshit. Right when I came out, before I said anything, I'm looking around. They're filling out their ballots.
Yeah,
they was already filling them out. I was like, you made your choice because by the 13th comic, you've already kind of decided who you want.
Yeah,
and it just made me go, oh, none of this matters.
Yeah.
These next 4 minutes are bull. Yeah, because you've already chosen.
Yeah,
like,
I get for sure, and literally, bro, I went up. Like when I went up, the audience was a little, some of them were lively, but some of them were still not in the show at all. Not yet. It's really low in that show. And there's there was a girl with the green hair. The green hair did not laugh at a single thing I said.
Nothing, bro.
Nothing I said.
Nothing.
It was a green hair girl, and you said something on stage.
Yeah.
I think it was your set because it really could have turned. It really could have turned things crazy.
Oh, I know the Pride Month thing.
Yeah, you said something about like what you talking about bathrooms or what was that girl like gender neutral something.
Yeah.
And then but you didn't say.
I insinuated.
Yeah. I looked at Anthony Papali and I said if he would have pointed at that girl when he said that, this room would have went crazy. So you guys know what she looks like. Happy Pride Month to all the Pride people out there, man. You know, you're a little round of applause for the Pride gang. Shout out, salute. I see y'all over there doing y'all thing. What? We gotta shout them.
I just imagine you be like, "Hey, shout out to y'all." You had a kazoo.
Oh wait,
love who you love.
Shout out. I honestly, I played the arrow. This is the damn. I don't know my. All right, never mind. Fuck it. I had a rainbow sound that I was trying to get going.
Hey, what's the gayest instrument? Like a xylophone?
Definitely a xylophone. But yeah, man. Either way, it was fun. Shout out to Cap City. I love that club. I get a lot of work over that club this year. Like, and I'm really grateful for them, man. Thanks to them, I was able to do like Moon Tower and like. From there, we'll go my way under that, meeting some Netflix people and shit like that from there. But I'm very competitive, bro. So yesterday, oh my God,
my competition record's crazy.
Yeah.
I win a lot.
Yeah, I've never won a competition.
I don't like losing.
I don't either, bro.
Yeah.
I left and before I pulled off, I sat in the car for like probably an extra 30 minutes. I drank a White Claw and I played some lo-fi girl in the. And I'm in my head just like,
that's funny.
Did I lose it?
You just looking out the window while it's raining. You're like, tears don't go to one.
It's not even raining. I'm just playing a YouTube video of rain, and I'm holding it on the window to make it look like it's
just the one tear. Got out of bed at all.
Oh my God, yeah, dude, it did not feel. I want to win, man. I like, and it's great because I've been like crushing shows around town, man, and that feels good. But then like a competition that could really take out all your momentum from what you just built for like 2 months ago.
It deflates you because I mean the competitive nature too is like you see who advances and you go, congratulations. good set, cool. But then you also like, dog walk, y'all.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You're like, no, can y'all do an hour? Like, it's just like that competitive beast of like, man, put us on an even playing field. And, you know,
shout out to everybody who
4
won.
minutes ain't shit. Like,
everyone who won this show got the sweet spots in the middle of the lineup, though, man. But also, I think they brought the most people. Like, this first show was audience vote, by the way. Like when you move on, it's like industry people who are going to come out and be the judges of the shows. The ones that we did was audience vote right now. I got to shout out my girl, Katie. Shout out Katie. She brought her friend down, and they supported me. So I got to show some love for that, man.
Crowd was also very spread out.
Yeah. I think they sat themselves.
Yeah. Don't let people do that. Sit everybody close.
You know what? I think, the competition made me realize, though? Comedy is a sport.
Absolutely.
For sure. And like,
did you never look at it that way?
Not until yesterday, because now I feel like I know what it feels like when athletes lose in the first round of the playoffs. Like now, nigga, I just get swept. Like I was in the car. Like, is my season over right now? What the hell?
Yeah, you got to do a press conference. We're gonna be back next year. I'm not gonna open with the dog bit.
It's like, get this camera on my face.
I did my job.
You just turn into Donald Sterling. Stop bringing these niggas to my games.
I wonder what Donald Sterling's up to right now, dog. I wonder what
they just made they got a new show out called Clipped, and it's you know how they made like the winning time thing.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be about what
the
happened with Donald Sterling and the Clippers and that. I haven't watched any of it yet. I just saw it come out, but I'm gonna check it out. You know what's funny?
Did you see? So when they did winning time, Larry Bird and them, and they kind of came out and they were like, we weren't really portrayed how we really felt like it really happened, isn't that? It'd be funny if Donald Sterling comes out and he's like, nah, that's kind of how it happened. Like, no, that's exactly what
that's real, honestly, bro. That would be real.
He came out and was like, that's exactly how I said it.
That's how Trump be winning. Trump just said the craziest racist shit. He was like, yeah, I said that.
Yeah,
and that's how you're winning.
And he would double down and be like, oh, what you actually missed was when I said this.
I can't believe y'all didn't even find when I talked about the but yeah, man, it just felt crazy. But now I'm trying to figure out, like, what do I do now? Like, I might not do any more comedy competitions because that's
dumb.
I entered some in Atlanta, like festivals and shit, and I hate paying for stuff when I know I have like a good tape or whatever, and then they don't hit me back. Like Laughing Skull never said anything to me, and I gave them I probably paid them like $100 in my early broke life, and I'm like, nigga, I could have used that $100 on.
It's not. I mean, you got to think. I've done the worst. I've submitted for NACA. And NACA is the college circuit, right?
What is that?
It's the National Association for Campus Activities.
I'm glad you explained it.
Yeah,
thought that was you. I thought you were just saying an off-brand N-word. I was like, wait a second.
Nah, it's you basically have to pay a couple $100, and if they choose you to showcase, you fly to this city and you showcase for all these colleges, right? And then the college students that basically book the colleges, they see your set and they decide whether or not they want to bring you into your college. But you can leave there with no colleges and be out a couple $100.
Yeah.
Or you can leave there with 4 colleges and be up 10 bands.
Yeah.
So
that's correct. So when'd you do that?
I just did the one in Iowa.
Really?
And Des Moines.
How do you feel?
I did good up until the closing bit where like you say something that kind of triggers like the sensitiveness of like people. They're like, ah, they're like, oh, and then like you just kind of you're at the mercy of 18-year-olds. That's the problem where you go, I'm a grown ass man, and I'm gonna say things that are fun and funny because I like comedy and I'm gonna do it in comedy clubs and this and that. And like, yeah, the last thing I did, they were kind of like, and they pulled back on. But yeah, I booked a couple colleges from it. It just wasn't as many as you hoped for.
Yeah.
To recoup.
Either way, congratulations, man.
Oh, thanks.
I was saying we were talking about that. You are someone who I'm like, oh damn, this guy's done it. Like you're still doing it. You know, obviously there's always other levels and shit. But I feel like you've done. Like I'm like, damn, like that's like I don't know. I didn't know that you had been doing it for so long before that we had met.
October made it 10 years.
Yeah. All right. So, round of applause, man. Round of applause. 10 years, goddammit. I'm almost at 6. It'll be 6 in September for me. And but I've like the last 2 years are when things just started like really happening, and like I was starting to do cooler shit little by little. But
starting in Jacksonville's tough though.
Oh my god, dude, there was like nothing there.
Yeah, you got 3, maybe 4 guys that you know. You go, oh man, these guys are guys. Yeah. And then everybody else, you go, ugh.
Yeah. And then I didn't like when I wasn't trying to come up through Jacksonville, I didn't see any of those people. Like, because they were already picked up on the road.
Will Blaylock, Chris Buck,
Homeboy,
Jeff Zinasek.
They weren't around. I mean, Buck was out. I started comedy in Tallahassee. I started. I was doing improv at Florida State, and then like everybody in the improv troupe was doing stand-ups, and I tried stand-up and that thing, and then I kind of just stuck with stand-up a little bit. But I went back to Jacksonville, and that's when I ever first like worked in a real club, Comedy Zone, which I love. Shout out to Comedy Zone, CZ gang. And yeah, like bro, it really was not like the fact that I'm good at comedy right now is like I thank God, because look, when I got out of Jacksonville, when I started meeting real people, everyone was shitting on. They were like, we
don't vouch for Jacksonville, dog.
I came here when I moved to Austin for like probably like my first week. Brian Simpson sees me in Mitzi's and he sits down, and because when he was in Comedy Zone, we went out to dinner or whatever, and like talked or whatever. He sits down. He's like, "Man, how the fuck you made it? I'm glad you made it out of Jacksonville, but ain't shit there."
Yo,
like it ain't. He was just shitting on it.
They have to import comedians.
This is how I didn't know that's how people looked at Jacksonville.
Yo,
I think it's great.
Oh, I've been on that because I mean, there's so many divisions of Florida, right? Tallahassee is unanimous for not having a comedy scene.
Yeah,
and Tampa is known for writing. Orlando's known for performing. Miami's known for having dog shit crowds, and yeah, dude, there's such a fine line of division between scenes in Florida. It's pretty nuts.
I didn't know, like, that's interesting. You're the first person I've ever heard explain things like that. I kind of just went places that I was like, oh, this was fun.
Yeah. No, man.
Maybe I need to be more analytical.
There was a competitive divide. We used to do this show called War on I-4. And
I've seen it.
Tampa versus Orlando. And it would be 4 or 5 of our best versus 4 or 5 of your best. And this was back when there was Preacher, Ken Miller, Justin Lawson, Akeem Woods versus me, JB, Matt Fernandez, Ron Hortman, Kyle Roos. Like, it was just so much fun being competitive amongst the scenes, but like nobody was like, oh, and Jacksonville. Everybody was like Marcus Crespo, Will Blaylock, Chris Buck. Everybody's like, y'all got to get the fuck out of Jacksonville.
See, by the time that I got there, I knew Crespo, I knew Buck. Blaylock, I seen him at an open mic once, but he kind of annoyed me on Facebook one day. So now I'm like, whatever. I might actually bleep his name just to not give him any. Dude, it was when you want to know how stupid I was as a young comic?
Yeah.
This dumbass motherfucker, Will Blaylock, he made the post on Facebook because Kevin Hart was coming to town, and he was like, Kevin Hart's trying to find new comedians in the city. Send a tape, right? So I sent a tape. I was like, I want to open for Kevin Hart in Jacksonville. And then ever since then, I fucking hated that guy.
Bro, he trolls so hard.
He got me good.
So
but I'm
funny,
so petty that I'll never get over that. Like, it's up. I told you why we're in this studio. I'm just so petty. Dude, I have a chip. I have chips.
I'm a petty person.
I got a Pringles can right now.
Yeah.
But either way, man, like finding our way here, and again, like I feel like you're someone who like, where do you think that you started getting traction? You know what I mean? Because and then we can get to DryBar and AGT and things. Do you think you started getting traction before those things?
It's a long journey. And so to not extend it super far, I've been recording my sets for a really long time, and I recently went back and watched a lot of them. I got up 6-7 nights a week consistently, like in Tampa, like at Side Splitters, my home club and stuff. Really? And
I've never performed there yet.
It's my favorite club in the world. Like, granted, I started there, so of course you have the home club, bias. But I've watched myself grow over the course of time. But like a year and a half in, I headlined that club.
Really?
And it was solid, 45 straight, like a year and a half in at an A club where like Robert Kelly, Nick DiPaolo, like killers are coming through every week. And it just took rep after rep after rep. And like, you headline clubs, and then you go on the road and you do all these things and you get work, but then you do festivals and you meet other people, and then those people have rooms in different cities, and that's how you kind of branch out to those cities. So like, that's what I was going to tell you about submitting these comedy festivals and stuff. I've gotten turned down from quite a few of them where like you submit the tape, they don't hit you back, you don't make it in, this and that. And like, I keep that chip on my shoulder too of like, okay, Big Pine. Okay, this festival. Okay, yeah, no, cool. Oh, you gonna take so-so and so-and-so and so-and-so, but my tape wasn't up. Okay, yeah. And you just kind of keep that with you. And, but the ones you do get into and you crush, you get opportunities from and stuff. But, the DryBar, bro, So many crazy things. My backstory is very crazy, and it very lucky, very fortunate. So my college agent changed my life.
Okay. You had an agent from college?
No, he books agent? Colleges.
Oh, okay.
So like when he reached out to me, I was just doing clubs and just grinding it out and like just, you know, hustling. He reached out to me on Facebook and he was like, his name is Chuck Johnson, right? And so I had played basketball with Chuck Johnson before, and I thought that's who was reaching out to me. And I was like, man, I'll hit Chuck back later, like whatever.
Basketball
and then,
guy?
Yeah, I was like, man, you know, I'll hit Chuck up when I got some free time, whatever. And 2 days went by, and so I go into the messages, and I was like, oh shit, this is a white Chuck. I was like, this is not the Chuck I hooped with, right?
That's hilarious.
So he was like, he's basically like, you know, I want to do a phone call, and like, I'm not a phone call ass person. So we jump on the phone call, and he's just asking me comedy questions, and I'm a comedy nerd, man. Like I love talking about comedy. And so like he was like, who's your inspirations? What's your favorite specials? What do you want to do in comedy? And all these things. We're on the phone for like 20 minutes and we're just talking about comedy. And at the end of the phone call, he goes, all right, I think we could work together. And I was like, what? Who are you? You know what I mean? He was like, all right, we'll be in contact. A couple of days go by, he sends me an offer to do a college up in Utica, New York. So the offer was like $2,000. And I had never made $2,000 in comedy up to that point. I'm grinding out for drink tickets and
big.
So I was like, shit, I'll go up there for 2 bands.
My biggest payday, unless I'm not counting a whole weekend, one day it was like $225.
Yeah. And bro, so trust me, that's what I was getting, you know. And then so I go up there, I do the college, and I do well. He gets a good report from them, so he was like, all right, we could do more shows together. He books me a couple more shows. A couple months go by, you know, he's really put a lot of money in my pocket where I'm like, bro, this is the most money I ever had in my life. I'm paying off my mom's debt and all this stuff. And
hell yeah. And
then he reaches out one day and he goes, can you do 25 minutes Mormon church clean? And I was like, maybe. I was like, I don't know. And he goes, well, this is for a DryBar taping. You know, you go to Utah, you tape a thing, whatever. And I didn't know if I wanted to do it. I really was 50-50 on it. And I sat with my roommate and he was like, what are the pros? What are the cons? We're literally sitting on the porch and I was like, these are the pros, these are the cons. He goes, well, there's more pros than cons. So that's why I did it, right?
Was your roommate a comic?
No, just a dude.
Okay.
Just a dude. Okay. And so he was like, yeah, just do it. And I was like, all right, bet. So I told him I would do it. Now, this is where it's crazy. This is the craziest part. September 19th. So September 21st, I taped a special. September 19th, me and him, he likes to gamble, right? And I don't really gamble like cards and dice and stuff like that, but I go with people, right? So I'm good luck. I'm good luck.
I'll support the bad vibes.
Yeah, I'm good luck. So like I'll just be drinking while people was gambling and they'll win some money and then they'll divvy it up. So he had these vouchers and he was like, man, I'm gonna use these little $200 vouchers. Hey, if we win, we're gonna celebrate, blow all the money. Or if we lose, we're gonna get Burger King and go play Call of Duty. So I was like, it's a win-win for me, bro. I don't care. So we go to the casino and within the first 20 minutes, bro, he hits for like 4 bands. So I was like, shit, we're up. Damn. So we get some seafood. We drinking. We start drinking at like 4 p.m., bro. We're on vodka Red Bulls. We eat this little seafood. Seafood's not that heavy. It's the only meal we had that day. Just a couple shrimps, maybe some crab legs, whatever.
I'm a big seafood fan.
That's my go-to.
Right, we got to bust down some seafood out here.
We got to get a good boil going. So we're on vodka Red Bulls. We have like 2 or 3 before we even leave the casino, and then we go straight to the strip club. We're at the strip club from like 5 p.m. to midnight, you know, and we are pounding vodka Red Bulls. By the end of the night, we've both done 15 vodka Red Bulls plus shots in between them. Anytime they come out with a shot tray, we're doing Scooby-Doo shots, birthday shots, Fireball, this and that, just going nuts. And by the time we get home, I'm like, I'm fucked up. I'm like, man, that was crazy. And then so I go to sleep for like 20 minutes. I wake up, I throw up everything in my entire system. And like, I'm also wired because of the Red Bull. You shouldn't have 15 Red Bulls, let alone alcohol, right? So I'm shaking. And the whole next day, it's a Friday. And I'm like, bro, I don't feel good. I got to go to the hospital. He's like, man, you straight, bro. You going to be all right. And I was like, no, I think I'm going to die. I think I'm going to die, bro. And he was like, no, you good. You good. I'm laying next to this man in his bed for the whole day. This is a grown-ass man, bro. Awesome. We are not. But, like, it was strictly just because I was like, if I die, I need to be close to you so that you know I'm dead. Yeah. And so he's, like, in his 40s, bro. This is just my homie. And I'm just in the bed shaking, just going through it.
He's in his 40s then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm like 24 maybe, and I'm just shaking. I'm just like, bro, I'm finna die, bro. And he was like, man, you good. So my flight to Utah is at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm at the airport. I'm weeble wobbling. I'm like, man, just get on the plane. Just get on the plane. If I get on the plane, somebody will notice if I die. I make it to Utah. I drive from Salt Lake City to Provo, Utah, where we're taping. I get there and like, bro, I haven't eaten. I haven't drank nothing. I can't hold nothing down. Anything I put in my body, I'm throwing up. And I taped the special, and I'm literally on my deathbed, bro.
Yeah.
I'm literally like, if you watch the whole special, there's moments where I'm looking up at the clock just being like, come on, bro. 8 more minutes. 6 more minutes.
Is this the Dumb Friend
4
special?
more minutes. Yeah.
Okay. So it's on YouTube right now. By the way, if you're listening and haven't seen Cam's work, Your Best Friend Sucks, Cam Bertrand. It's a YouTube DryBar special.
It's crazy because I don't know why they titled it. This special is called Sophisticated Ignorance.
Yeah. So I like that name. So you didn't name this, they changed it?
That's for the YouTube video. But yeah, the special itself is Sophisticated Ignorance. And like, that's how it is marketed. But the YouTube is the only one where it has that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would I name... I would never name a special like, your friend sucks. That's terrible.
That's some crazy dirty backing too. If it was your boyfriend sucks.
Your boyfriend sucks, dog.
Your boyfriend sucks would be a fire special though. Yo, come on.
That's hard. That's kind of hard.
Loki, if Matt Rife dropped a special called Your Boyfriend Sucks right now, bitches would go crazy,
They would go nuts.
I'm damn.
Side note, that's my dog.
Yeah.
Shout out to Matt, man.
Yeah, I met him once. He was a real nice dude. He came to Comedy Zone, and it was like right before, like I mean, like maybe the next week he started going crazy.
He has showed me so much love. In 10 years, bro, he might genuinely be the coolest, nicest person, the most generous person I've ever met.
Yeah.
In a decade.
He was a real sweet dude.
He's a fucking dude. And it's rare when you meet guys like that.
Yeah.
Especially, he earned it. 12 years in the game, man. It was not overnight.
Y'all, people like that are why I feel like I started late. I started at 19. So hearing people started like 14, 15 and shit.
Yeah.
It's like, damn. But you're fucked up. You record the special.
Dying.
In Utah.
Yeah. And then I tape it. And after we do 2 shows that night. We do a 7 o'clock and like a 9 o'clock. The 7 o'clock goes so well. I'm in the green room and they come in. They go, that's probably going to be the special, bro. They're like, just have fun on the late show. Just, this and that. And I'm in there like, I'm like, bro, y'all don't understand. I got to do a second show. I was like, all right, whatever.
Give me a liquid IV.
Yeah. And they were being so kind. And I was just going through it. And when the special comes out, I'm not expecting anything crazy. I really don't remember what it looked like. I just remember how it felt, And when I watch it, I still get PTSD of like, because I know what I went through doing it. And like, so I didn't expect it. It did 130 million views.
Round of applause, man. All the air horns, all the round of applause, man.
It changed everything.
Christ,
it single-handedly got me AGT without me having to do anything else.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. Well, I'm glad you led us there. We can get to AGT. Were you how sober were you before the AGT thing? Where were you on a scale from?
AGT was wild. I was sober up until that point. I took 3 years off. I didn't drink for 3 years.
After that night, or just something?
After that night, I took like a month and some change off. Okay. But then that same roommate and I, we went to London. And I promised myself, I was like, if I don't drink from here until London, I'll have myself like a boot. Like, because I just think that's when in Rome kind of thing of like, do somebody's custom. And I always thought it'd be cool to like have that kind of experience. So I didn't drink a lot in London, but I definitely had like a boot, maybe like a beer or 2, whatever. Yeah. And then we went on a cruise and I had another couple drinks. They were spread out, whatever. But then I locked in and took 3 years off after that. But then, yeah. You want to go straight into AGT?
Yeah, let's do it, bro.
So
you're on a roll, I would say. This is interesting.
Yeah, during quarantine, during like the pandemic and stuff. So I had already talked to a America's Got Talent producer years before in Orlando. They had seen me do the other bar. Okay. And they came up to me. They were very nice. But at that point, I was like, I don't want to be boxed in as a clean comic. I'm not ready to do it. Like, because I didn't have an hour at that point. I was a couple years in. Like, I just didn't have a touring thing that I was like comfortable with, whatever, to do AGT and then do clean on the road.
Yeah.
And so I turned it down back then. And then so during quarantine and stuff, the DryBar went nuts. So then they reached out again and they were like, hey, do you want to do this? But they just did a season of AGT where they didn't have a live audience. They were doing Zooms. And I go, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing a Zoom AGT. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so I told them I would do it if they had a live audience. And they were like, yeah. No, for sure. We're going to have a live audience. We got you. Bro, I get there. It's still during like COVID protocols and stuff. We had to isolate ourselves for like 2-3 days. And then in the morning we had to take the swabs and then go back to the room and they would deliver our food to the door and all these different things. And then day of taping, they go, guys, we got you 50 audience members. We got you 50 and they're going to be spread out and they're all going to be wearing masks. This is a 5,000 seat theater. This is a gigantic venue. It's
crazy.
massive.
50 people in a 5,000 seater is
It's
crazy.
one person per like 10 rows. And
that's honestly just absurd at that point.
It was brutal. And then to make it even worse,
was this early quarantine, like early COVID?
No. It was towards the back end.
Okay, got it.
It at this point should have just been kiboshed.
Yeah.
But like, it was what it was. And so the judges sat far enough away to where like you didn't feel close to them. And then because the thing is so massive with only 50 people being spread out, they also had these weird dummy like mannequins, but like they were all like creepy. Like they were like weird shit like off to the side. I was like, bro, I'd rather not even just have nothing.
Yeah, dude,
like,
I literally just posted a clip. I did a show at Aviator Nation, Can't Even Comedy had a show there, and they have mannequins. It's a clothing store. So there were 20 mannequins in the fucking audience, bro. I'm on stage. And I'm like, why you ain't laughing, bitch? It's a fucking mannequin. They got a tan on a mannequin. And I thought it was a real person. That bitch was styling too, bro. I asked a girl for her number and shit. She ain't talking back.
Hey, you about to get finessed by AI, bro. You're gonna get got. You're gonna fuck a robot for sure. You're gonna fuck a robot.
All right, but yeah. So you're performing at AGT. There's mannequins in the crowd.
Man, that whole experience is nuts. I learned a lot. One, you learn what a multi-million-dollar business looks like, and what a show looks like as far as like the production is nuts.
On that big of a scale.
Hundreds of people have jobs that are so minimal. Like it's one dude's job just to move boxes, bro. That's his job. That's his job description. Box mover. There's one dude's job who just move lights, bro. He just do this shit. And so like you just see all of that. But then there's other things that like you understand the job of them needing to sell views,
Yeah.
So like my backstory had a lot to do with my mom and how my mom is, raised me and is such an incredibly powerful, strong individual. And I wasn't able to bring her, but they wanted me to call her, right? Like a bunch, and like to like get that backstory and get all these things. So I called my mom a bunch of times. Like the day before, we recorded like 9 hours worth of interviews.
Yeah, with your mom?
You were just all over, just like interviewing me, interviewing my mom. They were just asking deep personal questions about like my childhood and like
they're treating this shit like the NFL draft.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah.
And they do this for a lot of people. And when you see the episode cut, you go, man, they only showed 30 seconds of this, and I shot for 9 hours of just like different like interviews and different like walkouts and different things. And because you see what that is. But then this is where they get you. You film all of that. They have all of this recorded. But right before I go out on stage, they go, call her again. Because my mom there's two things that would get me to just break down. Dude, I can talk about murder all day, bro. It's hot a body. I don't give a damn. Fuck people.
Yeah.
But my mom and my brother, like anything like childhood bonding like that I'll break down. I'll cry like immediately. Like my mom is my weak spot, and so is my brother. And so they're like, call your mom. And I'm like, you're going to make me cry before I'm about to go on stage? Like, this isn't singing. Yeah. This isn't like, I can't go out here and do a heartfelt Adele song and be weeping and everybody's like, oh, it's so powerful. I can't be crying and be like, I went to the mall today and like, I was like, this is bullshit. So I called her and my mom's like, I'm so proud of you. You're going to kill it. I love you, this and that. And like I'm literally crying and they're like, all right, give it up for your next performer. And I'm literally walking out there like, like trying not to break down. And then the first thing they ask, one of the first things, she goes, did you bring anyone with you? And they had told me I couldn't bring anybody, and other people got to bring people, so I was pissed. Yeah. And so I was like, nope. Y'all said I couldn't. I wanted to bring my mom. And she goes, oh, well, we're your family. And I was like, you fucking, like, I was so mad, bro.
You better be after this. You better vote for me, man.
Bro, I was so mad because I was like, you all did me dirty.
Yeah.
Because, like, having my mom here would have meant a lot. Yeah. And then another thing, bro, like the monitors were so low, I couldn't really hear their like questions. So I was up there and they would say something and you can't go, what'd you say? Like that doesn't play on TV. Yeah. So you just kind of got to like, what did they say? What did they say? What did they say? Oh, you said this. All right, cool. And then there's a moment where I was like, I'm from Florida. And she goes, you don't sound like you're from Florida. And I was like, what do you want me to do with that? What am I supposed to be like? Hey, howdy, y'all. I'm sorry I don't sound like ding, 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 ding. Like,
that's what Texas.
You know what I mean? But like,
I get it.
No, there's banjo playing parts of Florida. What? Really? Yeah.
Okay, good.
You never been to Arcadia or Haines City?
Nah. The closest I've been, I used to go to Stark, Florida a lot. I was a camp counselor, so I'd be around like.
You look like a camp counselor.
yeah, don't disrespect me. I love the kids, man. you can't hate on a nigga for loving it. You know, teach the kids.
You teaching somebody how to basket weave. Dude.
You know what's crazy?
You teach people how to play Mancala for
crazy.
sure.
I taught rifles. Nigga, I have never shot a gun in my life, Cam. They had me teaching rifles. I had never shot a gun before.
You can't teach people how to shoot rifles, but you also do this. All right, get ready.
Oh my god. But yeah, so you're on stage. What's in your head, man? Like before you start, like they're asking, are they asking you? Like I know they weren't asking you stuff about your set. They were kind of just trying to feel you out, I guess.
Yeah, just kind of the basic questions of like, you know, who are you? Where are you from? What are you going to do for us? And I was like, stand up, you know, whatever. And so because it's empty in there, I'm trying to gauge how to do these bits, right? Because I know how the bit plays. The other thing is too, is like, I'm a nerd about comedy, but I'm not good at timing out sets. I just kind of go and pull up when I have to. Yeah. So I'm not like, this is my perfect 90 seconds, blah, 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 blah. So like, I just kind of knew I have to hit these punchlines no matter what. And the first punchline I hit doesn't get the reaction that I'm hoping for. And I was like, uh-oh. Yeah. Because it's empty in there. There's 50 people. Yeah. And so I'm like, fuck. I was like, I'm about to bomb. And then I hit the second punchline and it starts cooking. Like all the judges like really like are pounding the table kind of thing. And I go, okay, lock in. Yeah, that had to feel good. When that moment in your head where you're like, I'm about to bomb on national TV. Yo, what? Because I'm a crazy person, bro. And like one of the first things they tell you is like when you're auditioning, so you don't stop until you get 3 X's. So, and the X is jarring. It makes you real uncomfortable because like, it's loud, bro. That's like a wait, you mean like you got to just be up there, doing your thing. Yeah, if you get one buzz, you keep going. You have to. You can't. Don't acknowledge it. Just keep going. Right. I've seen people get that one buzz. They start breaking down. They start folding. Yeah. You know, because it's tough. Like you can still advance if you get 2 yeses and a no. Yeah. But actually, I think it's 3 yeses and 1 no. I think you have to get at least 3 yeses. But 1 X, you're fine. But like when I tell you, because I was in the back while other people were like auditioning. Like I got to see some people's auditions. I was on the same. I went after the guy who won. Wow. Okay. Yeah, the magician. Yeah. Okay. He was a cool dude. It was crazy because like it was this other Southern girl too, and she went up and murdered just singing her ass off, and then the magician dude, and then me. Yeah. And but like before the girl, somebody got an X, and bro, it's loud. Yeah. It's real loud. It's. Yeah. And like, imagine telling jokes. You've been heckled. Yeah. Imagine somebody heckling you with an absolute 100 decimal buzzer. Dude, I told a joke, and when I hit my punchline, I had a girl in the front row go womp womp. Out loud. That's what the X should be for American Got Talent instead of womp womp. Yeah, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. So yeah, the fear of like that first punchline not really crushing and being like, oh, dude, if I hear this, I'm cussing them out. Because at least if I cuss you out, you can't put it on TV. That's genius. Straight up. That's genius. That was my plan. I was like, I'm either gonna rush you and commit a crime, or like saying the worst things imaginable. Yeah, because you can't air it. Yeah, and you know you're just gonna be mad at me. Yeah. But I wasn't gonna let you air me bombing. Yeah, that's not how I'm going out. And so yeah, I ended up getting the laughs and stuff. The coolest part was at the end of the interview, or at the end of my set, we do like an interview, and they showed some of it on TV. Like they showed probably 70% of it. But Simon Cowell is a dog. Yeah, that's a cool dude, man. That's the bald dude. No, that's Howie. Oh, Howie's a comic. Howie was the one that I really didn't fuck with. Yeah, it was fine, but like it bothered me that he was like, you're very polished, you're very good. He was like, I can tell you've been in quite some time. He was like, you're a funny dude. But he goes, your set was a little myopic, which is like, I focused on one topic the whole time. And I go, it's 90 seconds. Yeah. What do you want me to do? Be like, my mom was this person, my best friend sucks. And I went to I have like 6 callbacks. What are we doing? Yeah. It's 90 seconds, dude. Yeah. Simon's the British dude, the British nigga. He's not British. Why he talking? The British dude is Simon. Oh. Simon's okay. Howie was a comedian from like the 70s who put a condom on his head. But you said you fucked with Simon. Simon's the man. Yeah. He's the man, bro. Okay. Because like he was very appreciative of the craft. He goes like, how long you been doing it? And I told him. He goes, how often do you get up? And I told him. And he goes, you had to do a lot of like bad gigs. And like he wasn't doing it for the show. It was genuinely a conversation. He was genuinely interested in stand-up. And that was cool to me. Yeah. Is that he was like very respectful of the craft and very like understanding of like stand up taking another level of dedication, you know, and he was very cool about that. And I really respected that. And Heidi loved me, which Heidi never loves comedy. That's like I went in my head and I was like, she's gonna hate me, Howie's gonna rock with me, Simon will rock with me, and Sophia will be a wild card. But I was like, it ended up being kind of, you know, different. Howie was, you know, mid. Heidi loved me, Sophia loved me because Heidi loved me, and then Simon fucked with me heavy. So it was a cool experience though, man.
And you would say like so after like you get off stage, what's in your mind? What's going on when you're walking off?
I cried. Like they had me call my mom again, and I was with Terry Crews, and that's one of the coolest dudes I ever met, man. Yeah, very humble, very cool guy. We talked for like half an hour.
That's when he was hosting the show back then. Okay. And did you like get any like when did they say, oh yeah, you're on the next round or anything before you walk off? Like what?
They did me dirty. So you don't find out. So the year I did it was interesting because it's the only year where they didn't have a judge cuts round, which was another round of auditions before another cut, right? So they took so many less people from the people who got yeses. So say they gave 100 people yeses. That is not how many people actually advance, right? Because out of those 100 people who all advanced, most of those people don't even make air. So say 50 of the 100 make air. Of those 50, maybe 40 go to judge cuts rounds, and then from 40 it goes down to like 20, and then it becomes the semifinals and all those things. I made the next cut.
Yeah,
I got the call and it was like it was basically going straight to the semis because there was no judge cuts rounds, so you skipped an entire round. So I think they took 30 from all the people who got yeses. I was one of the 30. I was supposed to fly to LA like the next week, and I get a call from the AGT lawyer, and she was amazing. I had met her previously while I was there to audition. She was so kind, and she called me and she was crying. She goes, I hate making this phone call. I'm so sorry. She was like, it wasn't up to us. It wasn't up to AGT. It was up to NBC. They vetoed you advancing. And she was like, I can't tell you why. She's like, that's not in my job, you know, ability. She was like, I'll get in a lot of trouble, and you know, we can't give you a reason.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'll have like speculation and stuff of like why. Yeah, man, that sucked. Yeah, because like I advanced. 100%. I was hyped up. I was in a bathtub crying, calling my mom, being like, "I changed our lives. Like we about to." There was no doubt in my mind I was gonna win.
Yeah,
but I also didn't really want. Like I'm competitive, so I wanted to win because I am competitive. But also, winning sucks because you're locked into a terrible contract.
That's interesting.
Oh, you get $1 million. Yeah. Over the course of up to 20 years.
It's a 360.
It's a 360, bro. It's dirty.
Yeah,
it's dirty.
Interesting.
Because you're now the face of their franchise, right? You ever seen Hunger Games?
Yeah. Katniss had a little fatty. I love Hunger Games.
That's funny. Yeah. You ain't wrong. But no, when you win the Hunger Games, you are contractually obligated to do the Champions Tour, to live in this little area, and to don't make us look bad, don't talk bad about the Capitol. Yeah. So
it's like when the label moved the rapper out the hood.
Bro, you know? Yeah, you are now a part of our business, and you're gonna conduct yourself in a certain way, and you're gonna do this and that. So like, imagine when an athlete fucks up, right? Now you're making our team look bad, you're making the league look bad, you're out of here.
Ja Morant.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. All right. So how do you pick yourself up after that? You said you were crying. You were in the bathtub.
Well, I was just excited. I was crying because I felt like we finally made it. Yeah. You know, where I was like, I'm about to win my mama $1 million. We about to go up. You know, this and that, and then getting the call where it's like kind of taken away from you. That was tough because I didn't know how to pivot. I didn't know what to do. You know, the good part was I had started posting my clips online, and the DryBar went nuclear, dude. Yeah. I gained 1 million followers on TikTok within a short period of time, and then once I hit 1 million, I stopped because I was like, "This app sucks." Dude, like I was just kind of like, I proved my point, and I did it off a really petty reason. You want to talk about petty, bro? Yeah.
I'm the petty king. We can go petty for petty. We'll talk to.
Only reason why I did this is because during lockdown, bro, I was like, TikTok's corny. TikTok is for children. TikTok is whack. I wasn't on it. I didn't scroll it. I didn't whatever. And then I saw a comic on there who I thought was a bum, and his shit was doing numbers. And I was like, this guy is cooking on here. He thinks he's ain't no way. So I took a regular clip from Laughing Skull, and then I took 2 DryBar clips and I posted all 3 of them within maybe an hour or 2 of each other. 50K in a day.
Damn.
50K followers in one day, and I was just like, whoa, that's crazy. And then I just kept posting them, and it was like 100,000, 150,000, 200,000, and within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then it took a while to hit 1 million, but like that's because I didn't post a lot.
Yeah.
And I just kept posting just because I was like petty about it.
Yeah.
Just being like,
round of applause, man. Round of applause,
just
bro.
thinking,
That's
yeah.
I was never a TikToker really like that. I love Twitter and I love YouTube and I love Instagram. I had probably maybe 300 followers on TikTok until 3 days ago. And then I do like these vlogs, daily vlogs or whatever, of like whatever shows I'm doing. And I posted one about the mothership mic and shit. And I didn't get on at all. And like 80K views and like 600 people followed me. I have like 900 followers on TikTok right now.
Yeah.
And that's my shittiest thing right now. The only thing holding me back is I got to figure out how to be an online presence. You know,
it's terrible.
Yeah, it's
terrible.
the word.
I'm not as consistent as I should be because I see people that are.
Do you think you still have to be right now? You're touring right now. You're going
100%.
places. I think you're in a place where there's a grace where you can just stock up on stuff and then you can just roll out shit. Or you think that you have to put stuff out right? You feel like you have to put stuff out right now too?
I think you do. I think you have to because out of sight, out of mind.
Okay.
So if you're not consistently posting, people aren't really thinking about you, you know, and it's not intentional. It's just like, how many friends have you grown up with since high school or, you know, from early days, and you don't think about them until they pop up on your feed? You go, I ain't seen you in a minute. Or like, oh, man, I hope you're doing good. It's not intentional. It's just we have our own stuff going on in our lives. Unless you're consistently posting, you're not in people's algorithm. Most people don't have their notifications on for when you post. So it is tough. It is tough to stay in people's, you know, front of their brain of like, even if you go, hey, I'm coming to Spokane, Washington, even if there's 200 people there that want to see you, if they don't know, if you don't stay on them, like, imagine if you're throwing a party, right? You tell me once, you tell me 2 weeks ago, you're like, hey, man, I'm throwing a birthday party. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be there. Yeah. If you don't remind me week of, if you don't remind me day before, I'm going to forget.
Okay, that's fair.
So
what do you think that your next step is? Because I think you're pretty accomplished right now. I think you're funny as fuck. You've had multiple hours already, which I think is crazy. But you've been doing it. You said 10 years now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you just moved out here to Austin? Like, what made you come here?
It's crazy. I wasn't supposed to come here. I was going to LA. I was going back to LA.
That's my exact story. I was about to move to LA, but Cam convinced me to move here.
2 weeks before I was coming, my homie that I moved with, he called me and he goes, it was like a 5-minute conversation, bro. He goes, what about Austin? And right when he said it, I was like, you're right. Yeah. It was immediate because it just financially makes sense. You get a nicer place. We can put the podcast studio in the house. Yeah. It's centrally located to the country. So like you can fly anywhere in 2 hours and be there. And that's a big advantage. Taxes, like there's so many things. Stage time, you can get up in 6 clubs in walking distance. Yeah. So that was a big thing. Getting into the mothership is a big thing that I want to do. I haven't been around enough to really start that journey. I did get to do Fat Man. That was pretty cool. That's really dope. I've done the cruise show. I've done the mic a couple times, but like, yeah, I've done mothership maybe 1 time this year, but last year I probably did like 8 or 9 times, but I'm still not passed or anything like that yet. Yeah, it's you never know. Like, but I'm sure that you'll get in. Like, I'm sure you'll get in. I'm sure. But yeah, you just be around. Yeah, it's a fun journey, man. But you're also you're out you're doing your own shit on the weekends. Like, you know. But there's still that credibility. You know, it's the same reason why I always wanted a Comedy Central Presents. Yeah, where it's like, does it change my life? Not anymore. Yeah. But it's still. For the cloud of how people look at you, for how people look. This one thing about Austin. This is definitely a clout city. Like, like, you know what I mean. Like, certain accolades come with it. You know. Yeah, you want the guys that you look up to respect you, and you want to compete with killers. I want to compete. You know, I don't want the people who you don't look up to stop trying to look down on you. Yeah, you're like, listen, motherfucker, it's not like you're ridiculously funny. Eye to eye, dog. You know what I mean? Like, I hate the idea of somebody thinking that they're hot shit, and you're like, I'll wax you. Yeah. Oh, dude, I caught all the jokes. Like, we'll talk. But I don't know. Like the running joke, if you're not past there though, you're not with, blah 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 in the bar. But
there's certain people there who definitely would just try to like, at least early on, they'll just say little things that'll make you be like, oh, okay. So you're joking, but this whole talking down to me thing, right now, like I told you I'm petty. Yep. I keep all.
I remember all of it.
Yeah,
I got receipts.
100%. I might write a new joke today to kill a op. You know?
I'm about to tag him in it.
No,
I said my ex's name on the special. I said Lisa Marie Gonzalez.
Really? You said it on the podcast too?
Dude, I don't care at all. Like, this is the most gangster shit about her, though.
Yeah,
she's seen it. It's been gotten millions of views, and her friends have sent it to her. She don't care at all.
Yeah,
don't care.
So I feel that real names and stories sometimes. It just makes the story better.
Yeah,
you know, like
because it's honest.
Yeah, I got fired from a club here, and I was doing a joke about it, and I was saying real names and jokes. Yep. People were laughing at Creek or whatever, and like when I was working out the mics and shit, and then my homeboy Raph, you know Raph Cruz.
Yeah.
Raph Cruz, every time he's like, bro, stop saying her name. You want to get banned out of this town? Stop saying real names. And I was like, bro, every time I change the name, people don't laugh as hard.
Yeah. Because it doesn't come off genuine.
Yeah.
Bro, every story that I've ever told, I use the real names. I use my bully's real name. I use my ex's real name. I use all real names because it feels more personal.
Yes.
And it feels honest and genuine. And the other thing is, too, is it's easier to remember the truth.
Yeah.
You know?
That's facts. That's facts. See, I'm a truth teller. That's all it is, you know? It's not stirring up drama. I'm just trying to tell the truth on stage.
It's the truth.
It's art.
It's the job, baby.
It's comedy, baby.
Yep. Yeah, because I've got stories that I tell that are like kind of embarrassing, like especially like about exes and stuff. Same. And but I'll use the real names. And my thing is like, how you gonna get mad? Telling the truth.
Yeah.
You might not like that I'm doing it, but I'm not lying. Yeah. You can't say I'm lying. Like, you know, you gonna be mad about that? People know. Shouldn't have fucked me. Shouldn't have fucked me.
Yeah, T.I. Hey, shout out. I'm finally monetized on YouTube, man. Shout out to everybody on YouTube who've been watching my shit. Your boy made $5 from YouTube, man.
That's nice.
I made $2 shitting on T.I. on my last episode.
Hey, that's more than he made on his last album. That might be more than he's made in comedy.
Listen, man. So go check that out. The clips are on my YouTube, youtube.com/BobbyBTV. All right. And it's also in the description of this podcast and things. And I'm gonna put your YouTube channel in the description also. Make sure y'all go run up and check out Cam shit. I've been really excited though, man, because I've been posting on YouTube for 6 years now.
Yeah.
So the fact that I'm making I made 7 cents the first day. I'm in my room like, let's fucking go.
We up, CD boy.
I can buy some now or later in 2010, nigga.
That's funny,
you know?
When them Facebook little checks come in, I'll be like, hey, I got $12, bro. We up.
Oh my god, man! I'm just excited. So that's why I'm putting out more stuff now. Because I stopped for a while. I used to put out a lot, and then bro, I was like big and like I was going crazy trying to figure out what my social media wasn't, because I was waking up at 7. Everybody's giving me advice. You got to post at 7:45 every day. People are gonna wake up. They're gonna scroll on their phone. Nigga, I'm up at 7:45 posting. By 10:45, I got 10 views. I'm like, all right.
Bro, that shit is demoralizing, bro.
Nigga, I could have got more rest.
Yeah. When you post some shit and like you like, man, this one gonna go.
Yeah.
And then you keep refreshing, you're like,
it ain't go nowhere.
And you gotta lie to yourself and be like, you know, the app might be down right now. You know, you holding it up to try to get more Wi-Fi. No, you know, this shit ain't
First of all, holding your phone to the window to try to get more likes is crazy.
Come on. You ever had somebody reach out to you, hey, bro, can you like my recent post?
Yeah.
You be like, you just leave that shit on.
You know, it's bad, bro. I used to be that guy, man. Early on in my career, I was trying to do anything. I was in the Ville. I was in Tallahassee, man. Like, I was sending clips to motherfuckers on Instagram. People from my school were unfollowing me. People from high school, like, where I was like, hey, man, I'm doing comedy now. I posted this joke. I think it's really funny. You just throw a like on here for me or so. I still got a lot of messages. Left on red. Niggas unfollowed. I got blocked. I'm like, this show wasn't even that bad.
What's more disrespectful, unfollowing somebody or muting them? Because muting is so, like, low-key disrespect, because it's like, hey, bro, I don't want to unfollow you because you gonna know, but I don't want to see your shit ever again.
I do have a lot of people muted, bro.
I don't mute nobody. If I'm gonna unfollow you, I'm gonna unfollow you. Mute is crazy.
That. I respect that for sure. There are some people who from we were talking about earlier who unfollowed me recently from the the same the
drama. Yeah.
And I thought it was so funny because like now when I see I see them at the clubs, like we all know the same people. I'm in the circle hanging out. They dap everybody up, and then we make like eye contact for 0.5 seconds, and they just turn the other way. And I'm like, all right, whatever. You know what? It is long in the long run. I'll be back up.
Every so
I was
often,
down for a while. Before you came, I was on my dick out here.
You
Cam.
was down.
I was on my. I mean, I lived on Cam's couch for like 6 months, and like. I was trying to save up for an apartment and shit to move, and then I got fired from the club.
You know Jay Legend?
Yeah,
he was on my couch for like a minute, fucking minute, bro.
Yeah, bro. But after like I got fired, a little drama running into the guy. I was ass out here for a while. Niggas wasn't fucking with me. Niggas were not trying to. You know what pissed me off the most? Niggas would see me ass out and they'd be like, "You'll be all right."
You'll be all right. But now you all right.
Yeah.
They wasn't wrong.
They weren't wrong. But in the moment, I want to stick you in the face, nigga. You can help me right now.
When you
That's why I got to shout out Cam, man. Shout out to Cam and White Cam, bro. If it wasn't for them, they made it a lot easier for me. But I feel like this has been the best that I've been in, like, probably like this is the best my career's been going for a little while.
Hell
you know, and I'm happy that it was because of me pushing shit out and not like, you know,
somebody else putting you on.
Yeah. Like or not just. It's you know it feels different, you know, because there are some people here who in the scene you'll see now that you're around, no matter what they post, everyone's reposting it. Everyone, it doesn't matter what the fuck it is. It could be the most assish joke you ever seen in your life.
I've seen a lot of that,
and
but also I see a lot of people post some where you go, "What was this for?" That's the other advice I'll give. This is the other advice I'll give you, bro.
Yeah.
Everything should be shareable.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way you're going to get into new people's algorithms.
That's what I learned. Yeah, I got to get better at that.
Because if it's not shareable, no matter how funny the moment is, it's going to end up being one of those you had to be there things.
Yeah.
Because like if it takes too much context, people are scrolling like this all day. And it's not a personal thing. But if they don't see something that they relate to or that they got to send to their friend or their mom or their cousin or somebody that they work with, if it's not shareable, that's why memes are so shareable, is because it's immediate. And you go, oh man, this gonna make Joey laugh. This gonna make Caitlin laugh. Whatever. If they not sharing it, you are praying to the algorithm gods that it gets into the explore page, and the chances of that are slim. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you said that because that's what I do.
Yeah.
Like I'll make something like, oh, this is really funny, but I never ask myself, is this shareable?
It has to be shareable.
Interesting. I like that
because
but the T.I. clip got a lot of traction because I think
it's shareable.
Yeah,
and it's also that's the other thing is like if it's something that's a social thing. So like one of the first videos I had go viral was about Tiger King. And it was just some bullshit, bro. I was just bored and I was in the house and I just made a little sketch and it went crazy because everybody was watching Tiger King and it was funny. And so people were like, "Oh man, I got to share this cuz I just watched Tiger King." Ooh. So like if it's something that's in the news, it's shareable. And like if you made an R. Kelly video, that's why people do topical things. It's because it's the hype. It's the new thing. Drake Kendrick.
My Nickelodeon joke, I started working on that as soon as it came out, and I thought that was gonna be 1 million views, bro. That's a good joke. Like that's probably the best joke I've written.
But it's also it's hard to share. This is the problem. Even if that one gets shares, the algorithm isn't gonna push it because the underlying thing is dark. Yeah. And the Nickelodeon thing didn't. It got kind of suppressed too. So like people know that documentary exists because the Drake Bell clips were going viral, like especially on TikTok and stuff,
and the Amanda stuff,
right? And so, but everything else got kind of swept under the rug, and nobody really watched the whole thing. They just kind of watched it in clips. But yeah, it'd be like if you made like an Epstein clip, no matter how funny it is, you know, the algorithm will suppress it.
Unless you're Schultz. Schultz,
which is already a built-in millions of people that are sharing it and getting it out to the masses.
Yeah, but I think I'm getting better at that now too. Like the daily vlogs that I've been doing help me. Like so now I don't have to put out stand-up every day. I can just put out a daily vlog, and people on TikTok like that shit. Yeah, like I started doing the daily journey shits. Like you know, it's definitely helping me make me be more creative and shit. You know what I mean? But I don't know. You ever like act or do anything like that? What do you think about?
I've done a couple things. I I respect acting. It is a skill set. It is a different genre. It's a different thing. I've done a bunch of auditions and stuff. I've done a couple small things, but I look at it the same way I look at actors doing comedy, where you go, stay in your lane. So like, I will act if it fits me. The best way to describe it is all the roles that Pete Davidson's doing. Yeah. I go that. You know what I mean? Realistically, where I go, you have a role that, you know, you're either being yourself.
Yeah, listen,
you're being goofy neighbor.
They make movies for his life.
Right. I'm not going to DiCaprio and become a Renaissance man and you know, be able to transform myself into a sophisticated gentleman. Well, like, if it's not a character that I can play, then that's not my skill set. I'm not going to study acting to figure out how to do this one film. Like, you either want me because I'm me or I wrote the script. Like, that's it. Like, I just think it's a different skill set. Yeah.
I'm working on a script right now that I think will be a really like a cool, it's like a little spoof reality show. I think he'd be great. You can literally just be yourself. I'm making a spinoff of Real Husbands of Hollywood.
Tight.
But it's about Austin. Right now it's called Real Bachelors of Oswood. Working title, but
I'm down.
But I think it'd be great. I got some good lines already that I wrote.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like I'm saying, like I like doing comedy for sure, but if you get, I'm learning now, the people who I'm looking up to or whatever, like, and I've been watching the comics even shit, you getting in on writing or you getting on a show or whatever, they're making checks like that. That's how they're affording to live in LA. That's how they're affording to travel to their shows.
That's the other thing though, is like
I'm happy. Like, I get more money from comedy here, and I'll let you go. But like, you know, $15, $30, $50 a spot and shit. But versus, you know, if I can lock in and write a good writing packet and send it to an executive producer, like some of the positions are starting at like $75K.
Yeah,
and then those same people are on tour. They're doing, you know, like, you know.
I always wanted to be in a writer's room, and sit down and work on a show that I believed in, you know. So like the Carmichael Show was one that I really loved. I
used to watch that show all the time, bro.
Every character had their own perspective, and I love that. I love having a genuine conversation about any topic, and every person having a different view, and they all are right in their own way.
Yeah, his new show is insane, but the Carmichael Show,
it's wild.
The Carmichael Show is elite TV.
It is elite.
Elite TV.
Dave is great. The Bear is great. So like, it doesn't even necessarily have to be comedy. I would love to write on a show that I believed in.
Yeah, you just named 3 comedy shows. Okay.
The Bear?
They classified it as a comedy.
That's
why they won.
That is egregious.
They won all the Emmys and all that stuff and comedy
insane.
Things.
The Bear is not funny at all.
It is funny. It is.
What
funny,
part of
bro.
The Bear is funny? That boy is stressed the whole time.
The chef comes in with his assistant. And the assistant's just fucking up the vibes, right? So the chef's talking to he's talking to Carmi or whatever, and they're having a conversation. His assistant comes in and he's like, "Hey, I got this," and the chef's like, "No, you did it fucking wrong, Gary. You're an idiot." He's like, "Yes, I'm an idiot, chef." He's like, "Fuck you, Garrett," and he's like, "Yeah, chef, fuck me," and just walks out. That's hilarious to me.
That's comedy to you?
And then he goes,
to me, I'm like, man, this guy's getting belittled. Like, to me, it's stressful.
That was happening too. Like, but there are some funny moments. But yeah, I get it. I would classify it not as more of like a drama.
It's 100% a drama.
But I don't know how the laws of all that, you know, all the TV shit. I'm in the beginner stages, bro. I'm taking a class right now from Sidney Castillo and trying to learn how to write and do all that shit. I don't understand what's happening up there when they get to that award aspect of it just yet, but I don't know how it was classified as comedy. But I thought it was funny.
Yeah,
I was laughing for sure.
I love writing. I wouldn't mind writing on a show like that, but man, I love stand up.
Yeah, stand up's best. Stand up's best for sure. Stand up has made me feel like probably better than anything else in my life ever, and maybe that's why I keep doing, even after like a bad show. I'm like, damn, okay, well, this is what I do when
it has to be in you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, there's people who I've seen a lot of people quit, and I've seen good people quit, and you go, man, I don't blame you. It has to be in you. It's almost a flaw. It's almost one of those things where you go, we could have done anything else. We could have helped the world. We could have been scientists. I guess. I do comedy very selfishly.
Yeah.
I do it because I love it. I do it because I have to do it. Like, I don't necessarily, you know, the corny thing.
I think that helps the world.
I like making people laugh. I want people to laugh.
I don't give a fuck about that. I like how the laugh makes me feel.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So like that to me, I don't know if that necessarily helps the world. I think does it brighten people's day up? Yeah. Does it change that they have bills?
Listen,
does it change
if it wasn't for that, I would be out here killing people.
It's also temporary.
That helps the world that I'm making
I
you
think, yeah, I think that would help the world. I'm down.
I can let my depression win outside.
I'm just now thinking about this, but honestly, is like they do the whole corny thing of laughter is the best medicine. We help people. Is it not a drug? Is that not? Do we not do the exact same thing for people? The serotonin, the serotonin that somebody is it serotonin?
Yeah.
What is it? The
melatonin?
Nah, melatonin is the sleep thing. But like the
don't ask me questions about medication.
I'm saying like the excitement that somebody get the chemical in your brain that makes you happy, right?
Yeah.
Is that not what we give them for an hour show, right? Where they're happy and they forget about their problems, and they forget that their mom died, and they forget, that they are late on rent, whatever. That is it's essentially equivalent to them having a 6-pack of beer and forgetting or doing drugs or I don't want to say smoking crack, but like is it not the same distraction?
Low key, like some people are that into their favorite comedian that it's like crack for sure. I've seen people travel go to like 4 Kill Tonys in a row. That's like crack for them, bro.
I've seen people have traveled like hours and hours to come to my show, and like I'm very so appreciative of it. It's blows you away to be like, damn, you wanted to see me do an hour that bad that you drove 4 hours to watch me do an hour. That's insane. But then you also go, how much did I help your life? I want to, but like
I want that thing you want it to be like the best show ever,
right? Because you want it to feel worth it.
Yeah,
you never want somebody to drive home 4 hours and being like, that was trash. Like,
yeah, for sure. I know I could like get some clubs in Florida to let me do one night and start working the road and shit on my own, but I want to have at least 40 right now. I have a good 25, and I have more time, but I don't believe in the rest of the time. If you
how it starts though. It's all about the rep. It's all about the first couple times you do it, and like the fear of, am I going to forget the jokes or do I have enough time? Doesn't go away. I have realistically, if I sat down and I pulled every good joke that I ever wrote that has been in an hour, I've got probably 4.5. Like realistically, of just like things that I've written that I are proven to get laughs and proven to do well. But every time before you go on stage, I don't really have a set list of like, I have to do this and then this and then this and this. I didn't know what I was going to do last night until I went up. I had an idea of like,
I mean, we had like 3 minutes, like, which is the mothership mic, it's not ridiculous, but you definitely got to like, I think a 5-minute set is so much easier to have like a clean, this makes sense, linear set as opposed to a 3-minute set.
My jokes are also super long-winded and like punchy, right? So like to get from the beginning to the end, it's one joke is 3 minutes. Like the wine bit that I did on AGT is a 4-minute joke that I cut to 90.
So
I
thought it was very funny, by the way.
Thank you.
Well, what'd you do when they got all drunk? Let's
do shots of Chardonnay. Let's start a book club.
that was funny as fuck. Let's start a book club. Happy dying.
Thank you. How'd you get the address to this party? That's my favorite thing, bro. Did you ever go to house parties where you're like, who the fuck invited that guy, dude?
That's the thing in Jacksonville, bro. I mean, unless you're on the bad side of town, because there are some places you don't go to parties. But I mean, when you were in school, bro, somebody posts on Snapchat. They post a black screen on Snapchat. Hey, party at this address.
Everybody pull up.
Yeah, the whole city coming out.
There's one party where this dude showed up and he was talking to like a bunch of the girls that were at the party. And so this like bully dude, he was going around being like, who know him? Y'all know him? Y'all know him? And everybody's like, we don't know him. Nobody know him. Nobody vouched for him. So he was like, bet. Bro, he yoked him up and threw him in the pool. This man had on his new Jordans, had his phone in his pocket, had on True Religion jeans back when they were like $200 jeans. Had on like the cleanest fit that he could have. Threw this man in the pool. Dude got out the pool. He was so mad. But he realized he was significantly outnumbered. Right?
You're out of place, buddy.
He got out. Was like,
you got to eat that.
And the dude who threw him in the pool was like, "What are you gonna do? you could be mad and be wet from this pool, or you could die today. Like, what are you?" And so the dude, he just left, man. And like, it's funny because the rest of the party, he kept justifying it by being like, "How you gonna come to a party, not know nobody, and try to take our bitches?" Like,
there honestly, there needs to be a dude at any function to protect, like from outside nigga. If a nigga more attractive than you, but he not with the crew, who is this handsome ass nigga? Get him the fuck out of here. Get this cute baby out of here. The fuck? You don't want somebody who look better than y'all who ain't in the crew.
Yeah, especially if don't nobody know you. How'd you get the address? You fucking infiltrated enemy lines, dude.
We got some questions people sent on Instagram. You want to read? Are you down to be part of it?
Yeah. Ask away.
Let's see. Where are we going? Let's see. What do we want to start with? Shout out my homie Erica. She sent this. All right, we'll start here. When was the last? Oh, you just talking about when was the last time you cried? Also, why don't you follow Theo Vaughn? Okay.
Oh, that's for you.
On Instagram. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
You know why I know that's for you? Is because I just followed Theo. I know Theo for almost 8 years.
Really?
Yeah.
I met him once. He came to did Florida Theater, and this is when I thought I was a much younger guy. I didn't know, whatever. I was passing out my podcast and my show flyers outside of his show at the Florida Theater. That's what I used to do in Jacksonville. I would hit downtown, and I'm just handing out flyers, trying to get people to care about who the fuck I am.
Yeah.
After a show, he comes out through the front gate, through the front door of the Florida Theater, and in very Theo Vaughn fashion, he kicks the door open and then just walks out. And right before he's driving a yellow Mustang or something. He had a rental or some shit. And I was like, hey man, he took a picture of me and I was like, hey man, Theo, I'm a young comedian, blah blah blah. I got this podcast I'm doing with the club over there or whatever. If you ever make time. He took my flyer, took it in the car with him.
Hey.
Probably threw it in the trash after that. But
he did the nice thing though.
But for sure, yeah. And shout out Theo. Maybe I'm gonna follow him today.
He's cool, man. We did some shows together in Florida before he popped way back when he was just a dude. He did Real World, that was his credit, and he had just taped his Netflix special, the very first one.
Okay.
But it was before it came out. He was showing us the proof, the pre-release of it, whatever, and we're watching. Oh, cool, whatever. And it's funny. Ever since then, every time I've run into him, he goes, "Oh, what's up, Tampa? Okay, Tampa in the building." I was like, "There's no way he remembers my name." But we just did a Sunset together, and we were chopping it up. And he was like, "Man, it's good to see you." This and that. Yeah. But every time, bro, it never fails. What's up, Tampa? Okay, Tampa.
That's hard. I'm bleeping that name out. By the way, he said it at 1:10:25. Not Theo. When was the last time I cried was her question. Damn. I would probably say in a good, should I say a good way or a bad way?
I can tell you mine.
Yeah,
I know mine was today.
Yeah? What'd you cry about today?
Me and my girlfriend, we were having an emotional moment, dude. Okay. And it was a love cry. It was a happy cry. It was man, bro, you real lovey-dovey, bro. We were just in the room and we started slow dancing on some wedding shit. And I pictured the wedding, bro. That shit was crazy. Yeah. It was great, bro. And I had that one happy tear come out. I don't care, bro. I'm a Pisces. I don't care. I'm grown.
Congratulations, in love ass man. No, it's crazy. I like someone for the first time in probably a little while, and now I know what it means to really like someone. Because now I'm damn, I haven't felt like this in forever, bro. We had such a great time hanging out, and then now all I want to do is just hang out with this person.
Yeah,
and they don't even fucking live here. Let's see. I would probably say L.A. I cried in L.A. after the I opened for Cam for this Netflix show, and that was the first time where I ever really felt like I did some big shit because I cold opened, and it wasn't I've had amazing sets. I had a good set on the show, but after some of the people came up and talked to me, and they were who actually work with the company and shit, man, and it was just cool chopping it up with them, and people like that complimented me, man, where you been at? I mean, I can't believe we haven't heard of you. That was so funny. I love this joke that you did. You're a cool dude. Blah blah blah. Keep in touch, type shit. And I went outside, bro, and I started crying. I was like, nigga, I started to I flew to LA without any shows booked.
Yep.
I had no idea I was going to be on that show. Shout out to him for putting me on that show. He literally called me that morning to ask me. He was he FaceTimed me because he had already flew out there. And he was like, where are you at? And I was like, I'm at the airport. He was like, you at work? And I was like, oh, no, I'm about to get on the plane. He said, where are you going? I said, L.A., nigga, we got a show tonight. He said, nigga, you coming to L.A.?
That's hard.
I said, yeah, and Hawaii, nigga, I'll see you.
I'm doing both.
But that just the risk, bro, I'm talking... He was doing his own thing when I got there. So I didn't see him for much of the first day. Nigga, I'm outside just wandering man, I hope I can get some shows. I just want to be around. Yeah. I just want to be around. I just want to meet somebody to where I can say this was worth it.
Bro, I thought about going to LA during the fest just to pull up on Matt, man.
You should.
Headline, I sold out the Hollywood Bowl. I was going to do it, but
I'm still going to do festival. I'm still going to apply, but I'm only going to do the ones that matter. I'm probably, because when I don't get into the ones that don't matter, that's what pisses me off. Those are the ones that make me mad. But something like Netflix or whatever, like, you know, Moon Tower. They showed me so much love on Moon Tower this year.
There's a lot of
grateful.
good festivals.
Yeah.
Limestone.
But that made me cry, man, because this is the best year that my career has felt like ever, man. And I'm definitely putting Netflix's The Joke Festival on my credits now for my little 9.5 minutes. I don't give a fuck, boy.
You and 900 other people, dude. Dude, I had a Netflix showcase.
Shout out Erica.
And then the next week, I did good, but my lineup was disgusting.
Yeah.
My lineup was like me.
Disgustingly good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dogs, bro.
Yeah.
Me, Kim Flores.
Candace, I opened for. So he was the Moon Tower show I opened for.
Yeah.
The Netflix people first saw me at his show because they came to watch him, and I opened for him.
He's cold, man.
Cold.
Then,
Shout out to Kent, man. I love that dude, bro.
Yeah, and then we had Nicole Buchanan, and like there was a bunch of people that were on this lineup. They're just killers, bro.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I didn't hear nothing from them, but I wasn't tripping because the next week I had my JFL showcase, and JFL is the one I really wanted.
Yeah.
I caught an absolute body bag.
Yeah.
I come off, and I was ninth on this lineup. I come off, and the 8 people before me, it's at the Laugh Factory. It's like kind of during the day and stuff, and like it wasn't really a whole lot of people, but they were just kind of like, you know, timid or whatever. I went up there, my whole set applause breaks. Nuts. I'm clapping, right? Yeah. And so I come off, and literally everybody was like, you just got JFL, bro.
Hell
like, you just
yeah, bro.
Oh, it doesn't end there.
All right, go ahead.
I'm so excited. I'm like, man, finally, bro. I waited my whole life. This is a big bucket list thing that I always wanted.
Yeah.
Like since a kid, since a fucking kid. So I was like 10 years old. And I go to the Comedy Store that night. Everybody's like, bro, we heard about that shit, man. We heard you was in your bag. Boom, boom. I'm dapping everybody up, man. We drinking, man. We having a good time. I fly out the next day to go do some shows in Lowell, Arkansas, some bullshit, right? I'm on the flight. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. My homie sends me an article. JFL went bankrupt.
Damn.
They canceled the festival.
I did see that.
Bro.
Damn.
I was literally on the flight and I was like, no fucking way, bro.
That's crazy.
To absolutely body bag something and go, because like the industry is so fickle of like, you can do well and still not get something.
Yeah.
But to crush hard enough to where you go, there's no way.
Yeah.
I just got that.
Yeah.
I didn't, you couldn't tell me that I didn't get that. And to be on that flight and to read that article that goes, oh, JFL after 40, 50 years no longer has money. I was like, you raggedy bitches, bro.
Right before I get it.
Right before the year I was getting
Crazy timing.
Pissed, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know how to I haven't had anything in my career that's like equivalent to that.
Bro, I was on the flight, literally looking out the window. Tears don't go to just having the same moment.
Got out of bed at all. All right, my boy Prince. Would you rather fight 15 5-year-olds with pocket knives or 5 full-grown midgets? Strong AF. He had to preface. Does full-grown midgets mean they're our size?
No.
Or just adult midgets? Full-grown midgets?
I think he means adult midgets.
Okay.
Because a full-grown midget is a human. Like it's like a, it's like a person.
Yeah. Would you rather
15
fight
kids, bro?
15 with pocket knives? Nigga?
Yeah.
Pocket knives, Cam.
And this is why, right? Because 5-year-olds are short. I'm 6'4", bro. I'm gonna extend. I'm kicking in the face every time.
Stabbing the bottom of your foot.
They don't have good coordination. They don't know how to. You know what I mean? Where are they from? Where are they from?
Where are they from is crazy.
Are they child soldiers?
They Samoan.
Give me the midgets, bro. Give me the midgets. If they're from Des Moines, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Baby's got soft skulls, dude.
That's crazy. I think I'm gonna go with the midgets though. I think I'm gonna go 5. I think I can take 5,
bro.
I don't think I can take 15 of anything is a lot, bro. 15 of anything is a lot.
Also, all right. Hear me out. This is my strategy too.
Okay.
You met a 5-year-old?
Yes.
Easily scared. They don't got good they don't got good courage.
Yeah.
So if you just start, you just start wilding up, you start going crazy.
I don't know, Cam. Have you seen these new kids? Bro, new kids? Cam, they ain't scared, bro.
I don't know, bro. You rip your shirt open, break it. You don't think if you come with like crazy energy, they'd be like, yo, like pocket knife or not? First of all, I think a lot of them not gonna know how to get the pocket knife open. I don't think they're not just gonna switchblade that thing out.
That's true.
A lot of them are gonna be like, how do I?
Yeah. Listen, man, being from Florida, bro, so these kids is learning weapons early. These kids is march, they on box.
5-year-old is kindergarten. They still take naps, bro.
You're right. I get it.
Be like, is that Bluey? Right? They turn around. Because also, you got to think, one punch apiece. If you connect
so
one
you got,
punch,
you
one
got
kick.
It. You got it like that. You think you sleep in a one punch.
There's no way. If one punch to a child, what happens when they fall down? They cry. What happens when they get punched by a grown man? Come on, bro.
I don't know about that.
My punch gonna hurt more than them falling down off of a swing set.
Yeah, I don't work out like that, so I think my kicks might be better. But
good kickboxer. I mean, I'm not knocking out a grown ass man, but I'll knock out a grown 5-year-old. I've got knock a 5-year-old strength out. Like I've got that strength.
Let's see. Natalie, favorite Powerpuff Girl.
Buttercup. It's
Buttercup's
Buttercup. It's
favorite?
Buttercup. It's not close.
I might say Bubbles. Bubbles, bro.
Bubbles is the Hufflepuff of Powerpuff Girls, dude. The most nonchalant ass crybaby.
Bro, you know, create like
Blossom is definitely the most like Hermione ass. Like
I can see this. That's a good comparison.
I'm a leader and I'm smart and I'm just that. Buttercup's a tomboy.
But Buttercup done
ass,
saved the day a couple times, bro.
Yeah,
Buttercup's
like that.
Bubbles too. Bubbles done dropped in and been a beast. We gotta put up highlight next. And when I get my Scream Man back, we'll be able to next time we do the pod have a whole production.
Put it this way: who would you rather hang out with, bro?
Of a Powerpuff Girl?
Right.
I would probably go with Bubbles, bro.
That's crazy.
I would probably go with Bubbles.
Bubbles is the most like if they did like a live version of Powerpuff Girls, you don't think that Bubbles is what's her name from 50 First Dates?
I don't even know what that is.
Whoa, the Adam Sandler movie?
Oh shit! Okay,
that's not Hillary Duff. I'm talking about what's her name?
50 Shades of Grey when you said that.
No, what's her damn name? Which you still know that movie. So how you gonna be like, I don't know what you're talking about? I thought you were talking about this other thing.
I haven't seen it. To be honest with you, I've never seen
Drew Barrymore. That's the most Drew Barrymore ass like person. I wouldn't want to hang out with her.
She bad. She's so positive, bro.
You just want to hang out with a baddie. I want to be able to talk about
positive white women.
You don't think Buttercup's a baddie? Buttercup's like Shigo. Buttercup's
all
like.
When Shigo was that. Oh my, Shigo was that.
That's somebody you kicking it with and be like, man, you cool as hell. That's somebody who gets in a bar fight with you.
Yeah,
that's what I want. I want an accomplice.
Let's see.
I want a co-defendant. That's what I want.
These last two are kind of the same, and then we talked about it a little bit in the pod, but we'll go with it anyway. What do you think is working well for you right now in comedy and in life? Like, what do you think is working well? And I think I would say for me, what's working well is that I'm even when I stopped waiting. I think that's probably the best thing. I still do stuff on my own because you're trying to you want like you want to get past these clubs. You want to get blah blah blah. Like, but even when I'm not like I don't have all those accolades here in Austin, but I still flew to LA because I know that
hustle.
Like I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna wait for them to say, hey. I'm not gonna wait for them to send me a tape. And to send a tape to them and say, hey, look at this kid.
You can't teach work ethic, right? So like, what are they? Closed mouths don't get fed.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So
and I really think that I could do all the stuff that like that gives you on my own too. And you people can. It's just that when you get into that system, like that, you think that maybe I gotta wait for that.
So I try to tell people, it's like a lot of people ask me, it's like, you have management, you have booker, this and that. And like, you go, yeah, but like, and that's what everybody wants. They go, I want a manager, I want an agent, I want this and that. And you go, you want it when they provide you things you can't provide for yourselves.
Yeah.
You can get into these clubs on your own. You can book yourself these things on your own. They book you these things. But if you're not booking yourself these things, you don't need that yet. Yeah. Like,
That's why I told you, once I finish this little 40, so I can start, figure out my hour and stuff. I know for sure I can start hitting the road on my own and do it. Like I'm open for enough people to where I know they'll show me love. They'll point me in the right direction and shit. And then now with these festivals and stuff that I can throw on a resume, I did Kill Tony once, which is crazy how big that shit is. People still recognize me from that show. I did one episode, bro. Yeah. And people are like, I saw you on Kill Tony. I'm like, oh shit. All right, well, I'm about to start slapping that on my flyer then. Yeah. I ain't a regular or nothing, but I was on the episode. But I think, I would think, putting myself on right now has probably been the biggest thing that started working well for me, where I stopped waiting to be recommended. I stopped waiting to be shared. I stopped waiting to be, you get what I'm saying. People get what I'm saying out there. And in life, I'm having way more fun right now. I think probably just because, like, I care less about stuff. You know what I mean? Like I stopped putting all my emotions into some things that I used to have a lot of emotional investment in, and I feel so much better now that I'm like, okay, what? Like now, all I really care about is comedy and my career right now. And
when you lock in, it changes everything.
Yeah, especially with this YouTube thing now, bro. Oh, I'm about to get in my bag. I'm writing short shows now, and it's like to get stuff that people will watch. And I think that, bro, that Real Bachelor show is gonna be so fucking funny when I pull this off, bro.
I'm down. If you want me on, I'm down.
Dude, I would love to. I would love to. I think you would be great.
I'm about to give you a gem.
Yeah,
it's one of the best pieces of advice I ever got in my entire life, and you're kind of doing it, unintentionally. My best friend was one of the smartest people I ever met in my entire life. And I was going through some shit where I was depressed. And I was like, bro, like I'm not having fun. I'm not happy. I just couldn't find happiness. I couldn't understand why I wasn't happy. I couldn't understand and he told me, he goes, this is a bad man, bro. He just went straight face. He was like, you know why you're not happy? Why? He goes, because you're chasing fleeting things. You're chasing things that are here today, gone tomorrow. He goes, the things that you need to chase and the things you need to focus on are tangible accomplishments, because what that does is it gives you self-worth and it gives you value, right? Where you can look back on it and go, look at all the things I accomplished. Look at the things that I've done. Look at all the things that I did for myself. Those last forever, right? But if you go, I bought this new car. One day that car's not going to be new. I got this bad bitch. One day she's not going to be bad. One day you're not going to love her.
You just get a new bad.
But if you go, right.
Go ahead.
But if you go, I wrote on this show. It's timeless. That is an accomplishment. I got a Grammy. And like focusing on things that provide you longevity.
That was my goal for a long time. When I first started doing comedy, I had a vision board. My ultimate, I want to win an EGOT, bro. I'm really multi-talented and so much shit that I just haven't been able to express yet. But Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
There's a very select few people in the world that are Renaissance men that are able to do that kind of thing. I think Donald Glover is one of them. I think
legend. I look up to him a lot for sure.
I think
when he came out with Atlanta, I started writing a show about Jacksonville. I never got anywhere with it because it kind of just felt like I was copying him. But now I feel less bad about copying great shows because it helps me learn the formula of. Like when I'm making my own thing, I'm like, oh, this is kind of like the
great people pave the way, and great people don't mind.
Yeah.
I got to work with Schultz a couple times, and bro, he's a genius. He's an absolute genius, and he's a nerd. He's a sponge, bro. He wants to know everything.
I never met him, but I went to a show in Florida when he was doing the Infamous tour, bought merch and everything. Man, I was a big fan.
He's fucking incredible. He's everything you want him to be as a person. And I asked him about because he's the reason that people started clipping things up and putting them out, right?
Yeah.
And I asked him,
that's what people say. Like I've heard that a lot. I started comedy in 2018, and for my entire career, it's been clips. It's been like people are, you put out clips, But a lot of people said before Schultz, nobody was like. So that wasn't a thing.
This is kind of the origin of it was Hofstetter.
Okay.
Steve Hofstetter would post these videos called Comedian Destroys Heckler. Those are the first real stand-up videos that were viral, and it was all him just getting heckled and shitting on an audience member, right? Yeah. But Steve Hofstetter kind of plateaued what his fan base was ever going to be, and nobody ever wanted to... The idea was like, you don't want to burn your material. You don't want people to see your material before it's a finished product, like a special, right? So you would tour that same hour until you put the special out, whether it's a Netflix or not a Netflix, like a HBO, a Comedy Central, when you put that out, that was the final product. Schultz wasn't able to sell his hour. People were not buying it. And so he's frustrated because he just kept trying to sell it to every network. Fucking Peacock, Hulu, every network turned it down. So what he did was he clipped it up into 3-4 minute segments and he posted it, and he realized that it's so much more palatable for people to watch 3 minutes at a time. Yeah. They'll watch 20 clips of 3 minutes, right? That's 60 minutes, that's an hour, rather than watch a full hour front to back. So as soon as he did that, it went nuts. It went viral. And then that changed the way that comedy was distributed. And I asked him about it. I was like, do you feel any type of way of everybody following the blueprint? Like, of basically what you did and you put out because the industry shunned you or like just didn't want to fuck with you. And he was like, genuinely like so unfazed by it. He was like, no. He goes, the good comics will see the blueprint and do it and change it for the better. And he goes, the bad comics won't do it because they're lazy. So like, are there bad comics that post their clips? Yes. Does it change anything for them? No. But there's good comics that will post their clips and it will change things. And then there's good comics that won't post their clips because they're lazy and stay where they're at.
Yeah.
So
I think every time I posted something like a joke too, even if it wasn't all the way ready, it definitely made me be like, damn, I need to write a new joke. I need to write a new joke. Because right now, like my opener, I've been probably doing my opener for like 4 years now, and I kind of hate that. I just realized that like at the competition yesterday because it's my name. It's kind of the first thing that people blah blah blah, you know. But I'm almost 6 years in. I feel like I should have an hour. But I only have like maybe 25, and if I've done 30 before, but again, I only like 25 minutes of what I have in my comedy right now.
The amount of stage time that I got early on was crazy helpful, and then the guidance.
Yeah,
I had a lot of guidance. I had a lot of OGs that had been in for a long time and had already done things. Like JB Ball is. Yeah. He's incredible, man.
He was at the Netflix. He did the All-Star basketball game. Him and Cam was like, I shot like a hoop mixtape for Cam on the Netflix thing, and JB was guarding him. Yeah. So they talking shit back and forth on it's some good footage coming out. But yeah, I started in Tallahassee, so I didn't. Nobody was coming. It wasn't no advice. It wasn't no headliners coming through and dropping game. You know, I started getting around that when I went back to Comedy Zone. When I went back to Jacksonville and I learned about Comedy Zone and stuff. That's when I started getting around real headliners. First person I ever opened for was Ali Sadiq.
That's the man, bro.
He did my he didn't even know I was I had my podcast partnering with the same podcast, partnering with the Comedy Zone, and they would like let me meet the headliners, and then it was up to me to be like, hey, would you want to do my show? Yeah. Ali was the first. The first comedian to do my show was Vincent Bryant, but that was before I had.
That's my dog.
That was before I had a partnership with the club. I did it in the lobby with him, and we did it in the lot. And there's a motherfucker. There's a dude playing guitar halfway through the interview because you know they play that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then they saw that and they started doing a partnership with me. Ali was the first one when I got the partnership with the club to do my podcast, and he was just dropping game, man, and like. That was the first time I'd ever been in a room with somebody like of that level of comedy, or to even like have that knowledge of how he was speaking. And I'm listening to everything he's saying, right? We end the podcast. I'm thinking he's about to get out, leave, because it's a show. He stays and talks to me for like 40 minutes off camera, just asking me questions, right? And that's when I learned that he probably didn't know I was a comedian, because like 30 minutes into that comedy, he goes, "You do comedy?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm a comedian." That's why I'm so starstruck right now. That's why I'm like, "Here." Yeah. He's like, "Come do 5 minutes for me tomorrow night." That's what's right. Up. And that's the first time I ever performed at Comedy Zone. Yeah. That was the first show I ever did in Jacksonville. I had not performed in Jacksonville except until I opened for Ali that was the first time I've been in a real club. I was nervous as a bitch, man. Ali's
one of those guys that I really would want to sit down and talk to. I've never met him, but I have a lot of respect for Ali.
Yeah, I blow his phone up now, which I probably should. But he dropped a new special. I'm like, "Hey, Mr. Ali, I just watched a great special, man. Amazing work. Always good to see you. Know, like all this stuff." And he'll answer slowly. Yeah. But one time I text him and I said, "Hey, Mr. Ali, it's Bobby Brown. Just checking in to see how you doing." He calls me immediately, right? I answer the phone like, "Hello?" He was like, "Bobby Brown." I was like, "Yeah, what's good, Mr. Ali? How you doing?" He was like, "Oh shit, man, I thought you was the Bobby Brown. You can't just text somebody my name Bobby Brown. I'm on radio right now, man. I thought this was the king of R&B, Bobby Brown." He said, "You gotta start saying your city when you text me, boy. This Bobby Brown, Jacksonville."
That might be one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. You can't just tell me it's Bobby Brown.
You gotta say Jacksonville with it next time you text me, man.
That's like having Michael Jordan as a name. You're just like, not that
one. Yeah, but that I forget why I brought that whole experience up. But I feel like that. Oh yeah, that was when I first started getting around real people who would give me game and advice, and then from there, man, I got to work with like just. Man, Tony Roberts came the next week, and I got to have him on, and like I started meeting Chocolate Sundays people, and that's the show that I was watching my whole life. Yeah, Chocolate Sundays. My dream. I want to be a host of that show someday. So when I imagine that was the first plane ride I ever took. February last year, I had 3 minutes on First Impressions. I flew from Jacksonville out to LA to do my little 3 minutes of Chocolate Sundays, man, and I was happy as a bitch. Yeah. I got off stage, like, I'm a superstar, Hollywood. I'm a superstar. They didn't even record your part of the show because you early.
The light's still on. Server still taking drink orders.
Oh my God, man! But
nah, it's crazy when you work with people that you looked up to and that changed your life and stuff. Like I grew up on Comedy Central Presents, and I wouldn't be here without them.
Yeah.
So guys like Steve Byrne, guys like Brett Ernst, guys like that I watched my whole life are friends now, and you go, that's crazy to me. I was a kid, bro.
Yeah, I was even seeing like the newer people who were coming on comedy, like Josh Johnson. He was just at Cap City where we were last night. I went and I saw him first on Comedy Central, and then Niles Abston, who was just here
That's
hanging
my
out
dog.
with us. I love Niles, man. I've been following him on Twitter for a little bit. I first saw him through Comedy Central, so the first time I met him was 2 weeks ago.
He wrote 2 of the best episodes of Dave.
Yeah,
He's a beast,
shout out to
man.
Niles, man.
He's a beast, bro.
He's hilarious, man. And I'm actually not going to talk about that, but I can't wait, bro. He's got some good stuff coming in the future. I don't know when. Hey, somebody give him money for 98 Honda.
Yeah.
All right, I saw the trailer. It's amazing. His vision is amazing. Pay Niles whatever he wants.
Pay that man.
I feel like we're advocating for Lamar Jackson.
Bro, so I'm a big Bucks fan.
Yeah.
I had season tickets last year. So
Go Jags.
every game,
Go ahead.
every time Mike Evans would do something, I'd pay that man. Pay that man.
My mom's a Bucks fan. I was a Jaguars fan. But I don't know, man. First of all, Cam, I appreciate you, brother, for even coming and making time for this show.
Thank you for having me, man.
This is probably one of the longest episodes, and I had a great time the whole. I think
this is great.
You cooked, bro. It was great to listen and hear about your story. Again, but being from Florida, I had seen you several times before, but now it's crazy. Comedy, you see somebody online, and then 3 years later, you're like, oh
shit, yeah.
What up, man? And you fucking love that person, man. Is there anything that I missed that you want to talk about, or anything that you want to tell the people?
Thanks for listening. You know what I mean? Thank you for having me. This has been a blast, man.
Yeah, man. This is Bobby's Block Podcast, man. Make sure y'all go follow Cam the Comic on Instagram,
everything.
That's the same name.
I
Cam
made
the
it
Comic.
easy,
Okay, cool. That's what I just had to fix my branding, because I was hanging out with some crypto people, and one of the girls who shout out to Sarah, man, bro. I love just Japanese girl who I met who was like she was amazing, so beautiful, and she was so funny too. But she was like she does social media, I guess, for them, and like marketing or HR stuff, and when I was telling them I do comedy, because this is a whole other world that I wasn't supposed to be a part of, but apparently Austin has like crypto events or whatever, and they came to regular show and saw me, bought me drinks, and I just hung out with them for the rest of the week. And they're like, they look at all my stuff like, oh, well, your first, I was telling my social media, because I make content, I make funny stuff, I have funny jokes, I have clips or whatever. My branding sucks.
Yeah, you got to put it all into the same umbrella.
They ripped into me for like 5 minutes. First of all, all your names on social media are different. Can't nobody find you, Bobby. And I was like, damn, y'all right. So I just changed everything. But just to keep running the podcast up, again, we monetize on YouTube now. So the more y'all watch, the more this podcast can go up. We can have some good things coming through, new cameras, new equipment and shit. Cam, I appreciate you, brother. This has been amazing. This is probably one of my favorite episodes, and I don't say that on every episode.
I go back and listen to every episode. Like, this is my favorite episode.
Yeah. I probably said that about 8 episodes of this show.
It'd be funny if
this is like 140 that's coming out right now.
It'd be funny if I went back and listened to some other ones, and like at the end you was just like straight up like, this sucked.
Bro, listen, I have not always been a good potter. There are some episodes where at the end I hit record and I look at the team and I'm like, listen, y'all.
It'd be funny to like leave that in though, like at the end of the episode, like if somebody listened to the whole thing and at the end you're like, what were we doing? Damn, dog.
I probably give 2 bad pods a year, but for the most part, the rest of the 85 pods I do are good pods.
Hell yeah.
We ran over the time. There's people outside. I don't even know if they use the studio to plug them. Yeah, we have this till 6:45, brother. It's 7:36.
Hey, you're cooking.
For real, man. Thank you again, bro. I'm happy that you're around now. I'm gonna definitely be tapping in more and hitting you up, seeing what's going on, man. I wish you more success.
Thank you.
I wish you into the stratosphere, brother.
We'll do a lot more things together soon.
For sure. And you're gonna be on Bachelor. You're gonna be on Real Bachelors of Oswood. This is the first time I told the podcast about it, but I've been working on it for maybe like a week now, and I'm actually really excited about it. It might take me like a year to get it produced or whatever, but I'm gonna shoot some small stuff this year.
Tight.
So, but yeah, listen, man, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Until next time, gang, y'all are the best podcast fans in the world. Until we back outside. Peace out, guys.
You're